You know, back in 2004, I was a young kid from Simi Valley and didn't quite know what was going on here Friday nights. But looking back, I realized, man, that NIL stuff would have been real cool 20 years ago. No, but in all seriousness, what happened here as a dirtbag, I have so many memories. I still remember the Hey Pals from Craig Bessemart, the Texas accent from Houston Bob, the grunts and groans of Don Heckman, the shovel-up crews led by Billy digging graves after strikeouts, and of course, the legendary performances from Elvis Joe. I also remember the chicken Alfredo at Shore House every night before I pitched, the Hector's Turkey Club every day I did pitch, and rubbing up baseballs before every start. And I remember how awkward it was, Dreamweaver being played every time I came out for the first inning, the deuces chants from our dugout, the knee slaps from Matt Garabedian, and the breakdowns of 1, 2, 3 dirt, 1, 2, 3 bags. But nothing will compare to storming the field at Fullerton after we won the Big West. The behind-the-scenes things like 6 a.m. weights, parking structure stairs, pole workouts, beach runs, poles, Pyramid Hill sprints, and the countless hours in the bullpen at the campus field. It makes me realize that if you commit yourself and work hard to reach for your goals, that maybe those memories stick with you just a little bit longer. Now there's this little story I wasn't going to tell, but I'm going to tell it anyways. I don't know how much time I got here, but my freshman year, I was able to get the Sunday job, and after a handful of starts, it got taken away from me. Pretty much, I just wasn't very good. So I made a promise to myself that when they handed the ball back to me, I would never get taken out of the rotation again. And I made that stand until 2018. When the good Lord took the ball out of my hands for good as a matter of the Padres. Anyways, enough about me. I'm not good at that stuff. I'd like to thank some people that had a major part in getting me to the next level. First and foremost, who I just saw, Sandra Shirley and Pat Malavy. I wasn't the best student, but these two amazing people helped guide me through academic side of college, and I'm very grateful for that. So thank you, Sandra and Pat. The late, great Ken Revisa. I knew nothing about the mental side of sports when I got here, but after buying into his information that Ken was telling us, I soon found out that the mental side of baseball is the most important thing to grasp if you want to get to the next level. So rest in peace, Ken, and we love you. Now, I've always said Long Beach State was the best decision I ever made, and these next two guys are a major reason why. My dad taught me everything I know, but Mike Weathers took my knowledge of the game to another level. It's very tough. He was not only my coach, but he became a father figure to me. His coaching style was everything I needed, and I bought into it right away. Discipline, responsibility, grit, determination, mental toughness, getting knocked down, getting right back up. He taught me being a dirtbag is earned and it is not given. And I was determined to do everything I could bearing that title of Dirtbags. Most of all, he taught me to play for the name on the front of your jersey and not on the back. Sitting next to him in the dugout every game, just to learn everything I could from that great baseball mind were some of my fondest memories. Thank you, Coach, and I love you for all you did for me. I can't forget my favorite college mom, his wife, Charlotte. Charlotte, wherever you're at, we love you too. The pitching guru of Troy Buckley. Buck turned a long, lanky kid with no feel for his body into a pitcher that could repeat his delivery over and over without having to think about it too much. He had a way with his words that made it so easy and clear of what he wanted you to do. His love and compassion for teaching us baseball and life in general did not go unnoticed, and I appreciate everything he did for me, Buck. I love you, Buck. It was a combination of those two men that turned me into a competitive machine you saw here every Friday night. My brother, he set the footsteps and I followed him. I had a chance to hang out with him in the big leagues for 10 days in the summer while I was still in high school. And hanging out in the clubhouse, I was like, man, I could get used to this. And sure enough, it happened. So I want to say I love you, bro. He couldn't be here today. He's got Dodger fantasy camp going on. So the two most important people in my life, my mom and dad. My mom was my shoulder to cry on, my buddy at the house, and she held down the fort while Dad was at work like a warrior. We probably weren't the best kids, but we tried our hardest. And Mom, I appreciate all the practices and everything you took us to. It didn't go unnoticed. And now I have a chance of going through the same thing. So I love you, Mom. Thank you so much. My dad was the hardest working person I ever knew, and he can't be here unfortunately today because of some health issues. He's doing fine, but I got my grit and my determination from my dad. He was an hard-working electrician, and there'd be days where he was crawled through the door on his hands and knees after carrying tool bags, and he still would go outside and rebound basketballs or play catch. It didn't matter, and that didn't go unnoticed. One of my favorite memories actually was signing the letter of intent with my dad to come here to Long Beach State. My wife, Kristen, man. Kristen was a standout on the soccer team, and boy, did she stand out to me. Going to Long Beach girls soccer teams, I found this little brunette running around, and I knew she eventually was the one I was going to marry, and here we are 21 years later. Now, it took me 10 years to propose, but I had some things going on. And when you're in this life, you need a strong woman by your side. She was been there from the beginning, the train rides, the bus rides, the plane flights, the hotels, going to different cities here and there. But once we got to our main goal, we pulled the trigger on marriage, and she got to sit in the Diamond Club for 12 years in Angel Stadium. So I think we're on the circuit. Love you, baby. Now, with that came the three greatest blessings of my life. Aiden, Josie, and Travis. And Thomas, a lot of things, but being called dad is probably the greatest accomplishment. I love you guys. Last but not least, my teammates. I know we're signing number 36, but that number doesn't just represent me. It represents every teammate that ever took the field with me and grinded for me, because without them, this day doesn't exist. I hope I didn't bore you too much, but that's all I got. Thank you guys for coming out and Dirtbags.